up here. Can you guys get grandma? Welcome to our wedding party for Sagar and Alyssa. Today, we have the opportunity to celebrate true love. On behalf of Kevin and myself, and Santosh and Seema Agarwal, we honor the joining together of two families. The world seems smaller and more united now, when traditions and cultures coexist and thrive in profound, meaningful expression. And not only that, as a wedding officiant, this is my only opportunity to wear red shoes. We are happy to report that Santosh has recovered from cancer.
Amen.
And is doing well, so thank you so much for your prayers. Santosh and Seema send a greeting and their love to all of us. Although they are not able to be here today, they look forward to someday when they can meet their family and friends on this side of the world. And each of us woke up this morning with a heartfelt greeting on our phones from Santosh and Seema and Sagar's siblings, Samir and Shilpa. And so their hearts are with us today. We are blessed with the presence of love this afternoon. We unite our hearts as one to encourage and support Alyssa and Sagar. We celebrate the gift of who they are, individually and together, to be offered as a distinct and beautiful contribution to their families and friends, communities, and the world. Divine light shines on their path and on our paths as well. We would like to acknowledge the presence of loved ones who have gone ahead of us to their perfect and eternal home. We cherish their memories and we welcome their loving presence here with us today. And now for the love story. Once upon a time, Sagar Agarwal was born in a village called Bawana, which is a part of Delhi, India. On the other side of the world, Alyssa Emily Green was born in Redmond, Washington. Alyssa grew up in the countryside of Snohomish. As a child, Sagar liked school, but he liked playing cricket and other sports even more. Alyssa liked reading and volunteering. When Alyssa was 16, I noticed she was very excited when she met and spoke with people of different cultures and languages. At that time, I thought to myself, Alyssa would be very bored to marry a Pacific Northwest guy.
Hey, I'm a boring Pacific Northwest guy.
I know I like boring.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So,
Turn it on.
So I went to Korea to teach English in October of 2013, and Sagar also came to Korea in October of 2013 to work for his family's metal scrap recycling business. So we met each other in a Korean language class for foreigners in Seoul, and the class was just on Saturdays. So the first week that we were there, the first Saturday, we didn't officially meet, but I did kind of notice him because we had a class activity where we were put in two groups and our peers had to elect a leader for an activity. And he was elected to be the leader of one group and I was elected to be the other. So I kind of noticed him at that time. And then the next week after class, I was walking down to the subway station with another classmate and he ran to catch up with us.
Yeah, I ran to catch up with them and walked the rest of the way with them to the station. Alyssa asked for both of our phone numbers so we could make plans to study together.
All very friendly, okay? So we began texting that evening and making some plans maybe to get together and study, just having a friendly conversation. And somehow I found out in the conversation that Sagar was a vegetarian. And I had been trying to be vegetarian for a couple of years. We had both lived there for 3 months in Korea, but he said he had never had Korean food. So I just insisted. I was like, let me take you out to Korean food. You have to try it. You've lived here for 3 months. At the time, I didn't realize he was being very, very careful about being vegetarian and didn't want to order anything that might possibly have meat in it because we didn't speak Korean. Anyway, so I just insisted to go out and have Korean food, and he kind of changed the plans, and we ended up going to a vegan noodle place. That was safe. But we did end up having dinner together.
We had dinner together the next evening. I bravely expressed my sincere feelings for Alyssa after dinner that very evening.
So I was sick for 3 days in between that. I couldn't eat, I was so nervous, I had no idea what to do. This man had basically just proposed to me and we had never even had a date. So we had our first official date 2 days later. We went to a Mexican restaurant in Seoul and we ate some very messy burritos. And my line about burritos is that there's no cute way to eat a burrito.
But I liked her anyway. Afterwards, we went to a coffee shop and Alyssa asked me a lot of questions about Indian culture.
I thought Sagar was very gentle and kind, and I felt really safe with him in that first date.
I thought I could spend my life with her. I went ahead and began to trust my deep feelings. I knew Alyssa was the one for me at our very first dinner together, the one before our first official date.
Sometime, about 3 months after they met, Sagar and Alyssa went to a weekend trip to Japan. And while they were there, a few Japanese students approached and asked them to help with a scavenger hunt for school. Their task was to fake propose to a foreigner, or have a foreigner fake propose to them. Sagar agreed to fake propose to a Japanese girl, and while he was on his knee proposing,
I thought to myself, I don't want him to propose to anyone but me.
So Sagar and Alyssa began to talk about becoming engaged.
I fell in love with Sagar very deeply, and I knew he was the one.
And I knew it was the right time and Alyssa was the right person.
When Sagar came to Snohomish in July of 2014, Kevin and I gave him a framed birthday gift, which read, "The Green Team +1." Sagar was welcomed into the Green Team.
So creating our own tradition, we decided to propose to each other, which is not fully American and not even fully Indian. We just made our own tradition to decide to do that. And we proposed to each other and gave each other engagement rings on a bench in front of the Taj Mahal on September 13th, 2014.
And then we went back to the hotel, and then my father said, now our family is complete. Because I'm the smallest one in the family. And
The Agarwal and Green families were delighted for the very happy couple. And we were each looking forward to becoming one family with our new family on the other side of the world.
So wearing those very same engagement rings, we got married in New Delhi, India on January 14th, 2015. 12 family members and friends from America, or from American culture, some came from Korea, traveled to India to join our Indian family for the festivities of our Indian wedding. So we had a 6-hour wedding celebration, and Sagar's family, our Indian family, just took such good care of us and were wonderful hosts. And my favorite part of the Indian wedding was a priest tied this orange cord between our clothes that unites us forever.
And my favorite part of the wedding day was that people from both sides of our family were present to celebrate with us.
Alyssa and Sagar are living in Incheon, South Korea. They are planning to eventually move to the United States and eventually start a family here. And they will continue to live happily ever after. Sagar and Alyssa, you have each other's hands so that you may feel the gift you have in each other. You are holding the hands of your best friend, full of love as you continue to care for each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These hands give you strength when you need it, help to pursue your dreams, and comfort in difficult times, and will continue to do so. And lastly, these hands, even years from now, will still be reaching for each other, giving unspoken tenderness with just one touch. Today we recognize the new path that you began on January 14, 2015, a path of commitment to love well as married partners. Alyssa and Sagar will read the 7 promises of marriage spoken in their Hindu ceremony as they walked around a sacred fire of love.
The first promise is to nourish each other.
The second promise is to grow together in mental and physical strength.
The third promise is to work together to preserve our wealth.
The fourth promise is to support each other in fulfillment of spiritual growth.
The fifth promise is to share our joys and sorrows.
The sixth promise is to care for each other's families.
And the seventh promise is to be each other's companion in a life filled with understanding, loyalty, and unity.
Sagar and Alyssa, we celebrate the joining of 2 people, 2 lives, 2 families, and 2 cultures. Love is heaven on earth. Rely on God as you continue to love, comfort, and encourage each other. Your responsibilities are shared and your joys are greatly multiplied. Maintain a deep, intimate friendship. Honor and respect each other's differences. Spend time together. Laugh and weep together. Deeply listen to each other's hopes and dreams. Let love fill you and surround you, always and forever. Love is life's finest achievement. At the wedding ceremony in India, the priest said the vows for Alyssa and Sagar as they participated in the meaningful traditions of the Indian religion. Today, Sagar and Alyssa look forward to saying vows of commitment to each other. Your sincere words of commitment symbolize the wisdom which will go with you as you walk together on the path of life.
Sagar, I'm so happy that you're my husband. I promise I will be faithful to you and honest with you. I will respect, trust, help, and care for you. I will continue to accept you as you are and learn more about you every day. With all that I am and all that I have, I will share my life with you, in struggle and in well-being, as long as we live.
Alyssa, I'm so happy you are my wife. I promise I will be faithful to you and honest with you. I will respect, trust, help, and care for you. I will continue to accept you as you are and learn more about you every day. With all that I am and all that I have, I will share my life with you in struggle and in well-being as long as we live.
Sagar and Alyssa, your lives are now joined together deeper in a new way today. These containers of sand are poured into the third container, and there they are joined together as one. Just as these grains of sand can never be separated, so will your marriage be. Your individual differences still can be seen, yet your lives are joined together inseparably. So before the Indian wedding ceremony, Kevin and I were invited to do a wedding devotional. Let's see. So what I said during that devotional in front of Sagar's family and friends is that in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And He created male and female in God's image. He created Santosh and Seema, and their love created Sagar. And then He created Kevin and myself. They are older than us, by the way. So, no, He created me, then you, because I'm older than Kevin. But anyway, and our love created Alyssa. And we just celebrate that our families joined together, and we had the opportunity to share this following devotional.
As we spoke to the gathered group of all the guests that were there, I brought out a word picture for them. I said, "What is this?" This is part of a door hinge. And what is this? This is another part of the door hinge. If you use them together, they work well to open doors and close doors. I gave one to Alyssa. I said, "This represents you." I gave one to Sagar. I said, "This is you." And if you'll note, those two pieces fit together quite well. But can they stay together, or will they fall apart? They don't stay together. But I asked them to put them back together. And I asked them to remind themselves to invite God into their relationship. God is the pin that holds that together. makes it function well and according to its purpose. And it was just a privilege to share that word picture with our new Indian friends and family, and to just enjoy that time being together and drawing closer. God bless you.
Sagar and Alyssa exchanged their wedding rings on the bench in front of our pond earlier today. So it's not the Taj Mahal, but it comes close, right? So here's a blessing. As you continue to be filled in body, mind, and spirit with the blessing of holy love and deep joy, your lives will continue to flow together like two rivers into an ocean of your beautiful life together, always and forever. Alyssa and Sagar, you may now seal your vows with a kiss.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for being here. It is just a huge privilege and a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, so we're just thrilled that you're here. We're thrilled that the weather is cooperating. Isn't it true that it's not what you know, it's who you know? So again, thank you all. And I'd like to do a little shout out to my mom and dad, who just celebrated 58 years of being married. Well done. I think that's a testament for all of us to pay attention to, so thank you. You had a big part in this, didn't you? Yeah. So, well, again, it's a pleasure to have you here. We are, our family, if you know us, we're really close. We're really tight. We love each other a lot. And I don't say that in any sort of a way of being exclusive or anything like that. If anything, we're continually growing. Our family has added at least 7 exchange students over the years, and lots of other people that we call our extra kids, and just people who have become part of our family. And that just makes our hearts really happy. And something that we really like to say, and we really mean, is that the first time you come to our house, you come as a guest. The next time you come as family. And I hope that a lot of you here feel that way, that you're family.